I want to say happy birthday. You recently
Thanks.
had one.
You damn straight.
And
I'm now 12 years old. I'm a big boy.
well, 12 doesn't seem wrong for how you celebrated.
No, not at all.
You went to, what is it called? Pirates Adventure?
Pirate Adventure Dinner, yeah.
Pirate Adventure.
Dinner, no, Pirate Dinner Adventure. It's across the parking lot from Medieval Times.
Gotcha.
Also a favorite staple of mine.
You have been to Medieval Times.
Been to medieval Times many times.
So you decided to switch it up.
yeah,
and here
but,
you are
but
on
don't
your
worry,
birthday.
I kept it on brand.
There you go. So
There I am.
what happens at Pirate Adventure Dinner?
Dinner time, adventure time.
Yeah.
It's you eat dinner.
Yeah, okay.
You watch some pirates. There's more of a play. There's more of like a story going on, I think, but I couldn't hear anything. It was like they're mic'd up and they're it's like mumbling. You're like, what? And at one point they're like, yo, ho, ho, ho. And they're like, okay, we're singing. And there are these brief moments of clarity. Like at one point, someone had this jewel, and they're like, that's a cursed jewel, and the monster's gonna come get us if we have the jewel. And okay, so you're following, okay, there's a monster involved. And at one point they name it. And he goes, we got to watch out for the Loch Ness Monster. And I was like, whoa, what? Wait a minute. The Loch Ness Monster is the Lake Ness Monster. So either we're worried about Nessie having jumped the confines of land,
Yeah.
or for the past hour and a half, we've been in a lake the whole
Yeah.
time. And we're following a story of Scottish lake pirates. And I was like, I'm out. I checked out for a minute, and then like Nessie comes up through the boat, and I was like, I'm back in. Shiver me timbers, I was wrong.
Is it safe to say you're the only group there that doesn't also have children with you?
That does make me sound like a real creep.
But I like to watch all the youthful enthusiasm of the children there. Bless them. Beautiful, beautiful kids.
Congratulations, another season of Silicon Valley.
Thanks, man.
Very exciting. The show has done such a nice job of advancing the plot every year, but it's an HBO show, and you have a destination and ending of this show that crosses over with another HBO show.
Yeah, well, I guess you have to say spoiler alert.
Okay, because you think this might happen.
Yeah, I've been pitching this every single day to both Alec Berg, Mike Judge, and the creators of Game of Thrones, because what I think should happen is I think at one point the dweebs on Silicon Valley should code their way to the center of the internet. First, they have to download all the Pentiums and increase their gigabyte size. And then they have a portal that goes into the Game of Thrones world. Okay, hear me out. Shut up. And then we get warped in. And then we just really, at that point, I don't know what will happen, because probably realistically, this will be like Littlefinger's like sex boy or something. Like, in my mind, I'm a knight. I'm like me and the Hound are like, yeah, back to back, fighting the White Walkers. And we're like high-fiving each other. And he's like, King of the North. I'm like, me too. But realistically, I'm like poisoned victim number 2.
Yeah.
I'm on the screen for like 1 second going, ah, and then I'm done.
Yeah, I guess you don't have a lot of skills to bring to Westeros. But I was very surprised to hear this, that back in the day when you were younger,
Yes.
you took Taekwondo classes.
Heck yeah, I did. Yeah. Me and that guy.
Me and that guy.
Taekwondo, the forgotten art.
How long did you stick with it? Was this a lifelong endeavor?
No, it was not at all. I got to yellow belt, but in order
That's
to get
the first belt.
that's the third belt.
What comes
Well, it's the
before it?
second belt, but in Taekwondo you get like white belt, and
Okay.
then white belt, yellow stripe,
Yep,
and
yep.
then you might get like white belt, 2 yellow stripes. I forget. But it was always a challenge. Like even the beginning, you start out kind of like there's a lot of kicking in Taekwondo, and so there would be a lot of drills where you take these blue mats, like the blue gym mats, and just like kick them, and all the guys are like, all the kids who like were really tough were just like, yeah, like wailing on them. And I'm like, okay, I guess you really got to go for it. And I'd hit it, and my foot would hurt. The pads hurt my feet. So I'd be like, yeah, oh man, this sucks. I like the form exercises, which I don't know if anyone's taken any martial arts, usually a lot of them have forms where you're just like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like off by yourself, kind of practicing. Loved that. Loved the solo one. And then it's like, I like the performance part. Just me and the stage. And then why I quit is because I finally got a yellow belt, right? And I remember getting to the gym. We upgraded from like the basement cafeteria to the gym when you got to yellow belt, and I was like, okay, cool, more space to practice. And then I immediately saw like a huddle of boys, and they were like two boys fighting, and I was like, whoa, what's this all about? And they're like, oh, yellow belt, you start sparring. This is when it gets good. And I was like, oh no. And I turned around and called my mom and got her to pick me up. And that was it.
And was your mom fine with that? Did she embrace it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at us. Just a stage full of pussies. You quit too? Me too.
Well, I'm glad it didn't. Ultimately, I'm glad you didn't go down the professional taekwondo path because we're very lucky to have you as a performer.
Yeah. Well, maybe I would have done the crossover.
Yeah.
I would have done the John Cena, Rowdy Roddy
It's not too late.
Yeah, you're right. I'll do the other way. Weird. Middleditch joins WWE. Why? His alter ego is Taekwondo guy. Mr. Yellow Belt.
It's always so great to see you, buddy. Thank you for stopping by.